For the most part, people who are looking to purchase a home in Ghana concern themselves with quality of roads, infrastructure in the area, proximity of the place to the city center, those type of things. In this video, we're going to dig deep into some aspects that are worthwhile considering if you're looking to buy an investment property, if you're looking to buy a home for personal use. I hope you guys find this video useful. Let's get right into it. I've been doing some investigations around purchasing an investment property, and I have somebody who has basically created a system called Cura Africa. So basically Cura Africa gives detailed information on whether the area you're purchasing in makes sense for investment or if it's a family home that you're purchasing. It provides details around how pricing has changed within the area. Very, very thorough information is provided. I'm in a home here within the Spintex area. So as we tour this space, I'm going to get Henry to tell us a bit more about Cura Africa, and he's going to help me later on investigate what areas make sense to invest in as well using the Cura Africa system. Hi Henry.
Hi.
How you doing?
Doing good.
That's good. Could you tell them a little bit more about who you are and
Sure.
Cura Africa as well?
So my name is Henry Asenso. I have founded a online platform called Kura Africa. The idea is that when I was trying to find my investment in Ghana, I struggled to get real consolidated information about prices, price trends, and a lot of the time, because Ghana is a cash-driven society, you can get really unrealistic prices and not very good comparables. So I built Kura Africa in order to combine some core sets of information. So that's real estate data, infrastructure data, what projects, constructions were coming up so you can anticipate a hotspot, population data, and also schools, attractions, and those kind of things. So that's what Kura Africa is all about, and we'll show you a couple of examples.
So how long ago did you think about the concept of Cura Africa, and when did you decide to implement it?
Yeah, so it's been quite a while now. So the journey started in 2019, 2020. So at the time, I was looking for a place to buy, and actually it was more for land to buy. And when I was looking for that, I found that it's just super difficult to get the right information. So when COVID hit, I was planning to move to Ghana doing some kind of real estate business, but when COVID hit, I was focused on those short rentals. So as soon as that hit, it was like short rentals were kind of near enough impossible to rent because the borders were closed, etc., etc. So what happened was I went back to London, recalibrated, and I need an opportunity to stay connected with the country whilst being in the UK. So I started to learn more about data and analytics, and it made me realize that actually I could do some analysis to check where is the best place to buy based on various data points. And that really started me thinking, actually, I could turn this into something for other people to use as well. So it started in 2020. My first kind of viable product was about 2021, and then we've just launched yesterday, formally. So it took about 3 years of continuous iteration before we got to where we are now.
Okay, and where has the data come from? The data that backs up everything that people will be researching on Cura Africa. Where do you get that?
We built an algorithm that combines a lot of public information, so real estate listings, data from the World Bank, directories for schools, those kind of things. So any publicly available information, we have selected a set and we refresh that information on a monthly basis so that we compare how things have changed over time. So we've been collecting data now for just under 2 years.
Okay, I was just saying to Henry that like these kind of homes, they don't even make them anymore. Hey, like it's very spacious, and I love the compound as well that I showed you guys earlier on. This is like, I feel like it's an example of something that I would like.
Something with a big compound.
Big compound, definitely with some plants outside.
Okay.
And a large spacious rooms as well.
So this is an older style building, right, where it's less kind of blocky, cubism type style, and this has a lot of character, and you get this in a lot of the older estates. This is Reggie Manuel estate. You get some of them in like Domi estates and things like that. So we can look into it in the data and see what works.
Sure. Alright, so I am so ready for Henry to take me through how Cura Africa works. First of all, how did you get the name Cura?
Yeah, so Kura or Kru is town in Tru.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was probably my most proud moment of picking the name.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
It's It's very fitting.
Yeah,
okay. So the website covers the whole of Ghana, is that right?
The website does cover the whole of Ghana,
okay.
And in the future, the dream and the vision is to be able to visualize multiple countries across Africa as data.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Alright, so can you take us through?
Yeah, sure. So Kura Africa, this is the homepage now. It's just launched a couple of days ago, and ultimately the core aspects of this platform is that there's around 500 unique neighborhoods that have been analyzed across Ghana. There's about 1,000 infrastructure projects and 17,000 schools. And all in all, there's about 1 million data points that have all been pulled together to build Kura. And as you can see here, there are various aspects. There's rent analysis, so prices, average price, distribution of price, and the same would go for sales as well, and for land. And then you also have the infrastructure aspect, which looks at schools, local attractions, and any construction projects coming up. And we've been collecting data for almost 2 years now, so we also have trends over time. So as a member of Cura Africa, you come to a members area, and that basically takes you through the 3 core components of Cura Africa. So that is the data lab, which is where you can make searches about your particular scenario, circumstances, what you're looking for. There's insights, which is a collection of a variety of different articles around different topics, moving to Ghana, doing business in Ghana, real estate in Ghana, construction, etc. And then there's resources. So we have a library of contacts from lawyers, architects, real estate agents, and we also, at Kura, our strong belief is in your preparation of moving to Ghana, you need to build a network. So we've also consolidated a lot of different events into one space. You have an event page as well. So globally, wherever you are in the world, or if you're in another part of the world, you can say, okay, let me see what events are coming up. So we'll go into the different aspects. So that's some of the latest content. And you can always ask a question when you're a member. And we set up a monthly members only session where you can dial in. Your questions will get addressed through the data if you don't want to go in yourself. So let's start with the data lab and answer some of the questions. So for example, we were just in Spintex looking at a 4-bedroom place. So the way Kura works is you have this kind of filter panel up here, so you can search by region, district or town. You can pick your price range, number of bedrooms and property type, and everything will dynamically change. If we take Spintex, where we just were, you can see now it's actually filtering out all the different values for Spintex. So what you can see now is it's filtered for all values in Spintex, right? That it's been able to collect. So it's telling you, okay, in Spintex, the minimum price is 300 cedis. That's likely to be some sort of chamber and hall or single room.
Right.
Median price is 3,000. That gives you a more realistic indicator.
So these are rental prices.
Rental prices, exactly. Average price would be 5,500, and maximum someone is really trying to get 169,000. Someone's trying.
Yeah, I would be surprised.
Yeah, it's not a surprise, but at the same time, sometimes when collecting the data, some people mistakenly put something in that's for sale in as a for rent project. So we do clean up data all the time, but this is someone trying their best to get the most they can. But we could also change these parameters to say, okay, but Jasmine's looking for a 3 to 4 bedroom place. Yeah, so it's starting to filter already. So it's saying, okay, minimum 3 bedroom, and it will start to show you the results exactly for 3 bedrooms. Okay, so when it's 3 bedrooms, your minimum price jumps up to 1,200, median is 5,500, average is 8,000 or 9,000 cedis. And Kura shows you the information for sale as well.
It's so easy to navigate, actually.
Yeah, it's straightforward.
Very confusing.
And I had to make it that way because the first iteration I had of it was quite complex. It didn't really make sense, so I had to think of designing it like an app. As you can see with properties for sale, the average price is 3.5 million cedis, median is 2 million, lowest is 110, and then maximum is 200 million cedis, for example, for a 3-bedroom. And you can just make any adjustments you like. So if you want to just focus on houses, then the data will then automatically filter. And if you want to compare areas as well, you can do that also. So East Legon, you will see that it's now going to filter for East Legon, but we can add Spintex as well. So So now we've got the two areas, and the map automatically then actually calls out the two areas on the map as well. So when you hover over here, but it tells you between the two areas, average price is 4.72 million cities, maximum 615. So you can start to compare, like, if I bought in this area, this is how much it would cost, but at the same time, if I was to buy and then rent it out, this is the range of rent that I'd expect to receive. Now we've got East Legon and Spintex, and you can see there's two dots here. So one dot here is a bigger one, shows you that the average price is higher, and then the other one is lower. So when you hover over it, it starts to load some information about infrastructure in the area, description of the area, average bedroom size, what types of schools are in the area, and what attractions are there. So this is now taking into account both locations, but if you just wanted to focus on one, you just select one, and then the whole model updates again to say what the new information is telling you. So you get the same information for rent, for sale, land as well. And then when you go to infrastructure, that breaks down a little bit more about the detail on infrastructure. From construction perspective, this is one aspect that we're constantly updating to make sure we're up to date. We've got a few meetings, but I think what comes up here is like the signature apartments being built. There's a couple of items that we kind of leverage from the census data as well. So you can see the signature apartments is a project that's there, but it also tells you buildings by stage. So what's fully completed versus structures with no roofing, buildings by type, conventional structures, kiosks, etc. So you got to start to understand at a regional level what's the makeup of different buildings in the area as well, and then what they're used for. So non-residential, residential, and residential only. And then finally, what we've got is trends. So across those two areas now, and we could change this to whatever search you wanted. What's the trend of the price over time? So what we found at Kura is that as time has gone on, prices have increased normally with inflation, but also in line with changes in the value to the dollar. Because what happens is there's a subset of properties that are kind of implicitly dollar linked. As soon as there's fluctuations in the city dollar, you see the same fluctuations in prices, but it takes about 1 or 2 month knock-on effect. But ultimately where we will get to is start including population data in there as well. So you could look at East Legon and Spintex and not only know what infrastructure there is, what schools there are, what attractions, but actually what's the demographic makeup, how old are people in Spintex, between what age, what kind of jobs do they do, those kind of things. So it's a very effective tool for business planning as well. The other pillar is insights. Insights is basically a series of articles that talk about different hot topics when it comes to investing in and relocating to Ghana, etc. There's a Ghana real estate trends report that we did earlier this year to reflect the trends that are emerging in Ghana over 2022. So this report is free and available. I'll provide a link to it as well. And there's other things, top American schools, top international schools, road projects designed to ease traffic, documents required at each stage of buying land, all these different things falling under different categories. So if it was like investing, you can go to investing section and it will give you those topics. So infrastructure projects, how to start a business, 5 tips from an agri entrepreneur. So I've basically used my network to help build some of this collateral to share with my members to the website. And then we also have resources. So with resources, this is kind of like actual things that you can use to educate your move. So again, the real estate trends report, but there's another one, 5 recommended real estate agents in Ghana, and the schools are here, tips for living in Ghana, pros and cons of having a 9 to 5, and I'm going to be adding things like top legal firms to work with, architects to work with. So we're building this whole library so that it's a suite of information that people can use, kind of just basically prepare better when moving to doing business in or anything like that when it comes to Ghana.
Awesome. So all this information is only accessible when you become a member, is that right? Or do you?
No? Okay. You have some free elements, so I'll provide you a link to sign up to our newsletter. And we produce a weekly newsletter which will touch on certain topics. Some of these insights, you don't have to log in to see them. Some of them are absolutely free.
Free, okay.
So it will ask for your email so that we can tailor what you're interested in and send you relevant topics.
And what's the cost involved to become a member?
Sure. So the membership is initial launch promotion is $12 a month, and it's billed quarterly. So, and there's no commitment. You can cancel any time, but you'd pay, like, let's say $36 for the first 3 months. If you didn't want to use it after that, that's fine.
If it's just a matter of going on a website and paying as little as $12 to get information around what's available in different parts of Ghana, and that can influence your decision around whether it's worthwhile buying in that area, then I think it absolutely makes sense. Yeah, it's great stuff that you've put together.
Appreciate it. And I think you're right, because what you often find in Ghana is that when you're looking at investments, you suffer from availability bias. It's whatever's put in front of you most. So you see all these billboards and you say, oh, this is so expensive. But if you think about it logically, the average Ghanaian can't afford the majority of the things that are being advertised. So where do they live? That means there is a whole economy that sits beyond what's being shown to you currently. So that's where kind of the smarter investment is looking at, okay, I'm looking at Spintex, or I'm looking at East Legon. I think it's probably going to be $2,000, but actually, what does the data tell me? So there's these opportunities and that people miss out on. You don't know unless you have a full suite of information available to make an informed decision, and that's what Kura is all about.
Yeah, amazing. So Henry, if people want to contact you, what's the best way they can contact you?
You can contact me on all socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Everything is Cura Africa.
Okay.
Kuro Africa, all one word, all lowercase, no space. And then you can email me directly as well at henry@curaafrica.com.
Thank you for being on the channel.
Pleasure.
As you know, I'm always showing real estate homes. Definitely going to be making good use of curaafrica.com because it's very thorough. There's so much information on there. So all the information will be in the description box below. The way to contact Henry, the link to Cura Africa. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to follow your bliss. So now life is short. Follow your bliss na nipa day. Follow your bliss na di besibiaye, and follow your bliss na day na mada. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.